Okay, it's Monday, January 23rd. This is a kind of a morning SPY update about hour and a half into trading, and you can see here the SPY has reached its daily, its target on the daily chart. This is the 5-minute chart. We kind of opened up and paused a little bit here and then started straight up. On the daily chart, you can see here we've from the open moved up, and that was our target here in this above this 400 area to the 423. We just reached that target here. I bought call options very early in the session. This is the 1-minute chart on this very, on the first 2 minutes going down, anticipating this move back to the upside. You can see those options that I bought at 405 are already up to 669, 670 in that area. So they've moved up really nicely. You could have scaled out along the way or waited for this target to take profits, however you want to play it. But this was definitely target number one. We've reached it. So you almost expect a possible pause up here. This is the 15-minute chart. Again, if you would just look at it purely, the first bar kind of paused here. You could have bought the breakout. If you didn't want to be aggressive, you could have waited and then bought the breakout on bar number two, and then it's gone straight up to the target. So at some point, like any, directional move, it doesn't go green, green, green all day long. There'll be some pause. This would be the logical place to pause given the target, but you never know. You just watch price action. But if we can get an orderly pause here, now the question is, will there be a nice signal to test those highs again and maybe extend higher on a two-wave move on the day, which again is a typical, that's the way a typical directional day looks. First move of the day in the morning, orderly pause, second move of the day, and at that point, you don't expect much more. But in terms of the daily chart, we've reached our target, so now we're just in continuation mode to the upside. You can see the weekly chart is kind of forming a momentum, continuation bar here after this hammer bar. So if we stay green on the week, that works all the way up here into that 411 area. We now have a nice reference point of the open of the week here, which is the open of today. You kind of want to see that holding green. If we kind of fail and head below there, then maybe this weekly chart has the potential to reverse. Again, anytime you hit this broadening action to the upside, your target, you can fail and you can start back down, here, but you're going to let price action dictate that. So you're always aware of that. But in the meantime, it's continuation plays. So generally, as the days head on for this week, given there's not an actionable signal on the daily chart, you're going to watch for broadening action to the downside, taking out stops on a shorter time frame, then look to play moves back up as this trend continues until it completely fails. And we'll get into that either tomorrow and the days ahead. It would have to go below midpoints of the prior day. You're going to have to take out the weekly, open, all kinds of things to fail. But until then, it's just continuation to the upside. Those are, there's always exhaustion risk on a very short-term basis with those kind of plays. So, we'll talk about that. A lot of that you could mitigate, so to speak, by kind of watching the 15-minute chart, how that unfolds, and kind of just base your trades off of that. But anyway, for today, this was pretty high probability to move up higher. And you can see here right out of the gates, it essentially moved right to its first target. Now we'll just look for an orderly pause, second move up, and that'll be today's price action. And, unless something really crazy happens by the end of the day and we fail. And if that happens, I'll kind of go over that at end of the day recap.